supply chain is under chaos now, so we can talk category management, we can talk strategic sourcing, there are a lot of frameworks and concepts out there, but at the end of the day, sourcing teams, that is sourcing procurement teams, will have to deal with the situation that they're currently facing with, right? Irrespective of whatever frameworks that they're dealing with. So Erik, before I move on to Vale, I've made him wait for quite some time, but Erik, do you think the companies that have adopted category management were in a position to better manage supply chain chaos? I mean, is it a self-fulfilling statement to make, or is there any difference between the two?
Typically, a company that has considered all of the business requirements, the fundamental business requirements in the category, will be in a better position when there's supply chain chaos, because they will have considered upstream issues that could emerge in the supply chain, right? So they're tier 2 and beyond. And they're also more likely to have considered multi-sourcing. An incredible number of items and services are sole or single sourced across your average company. I've seen it as high as 95% in large world-class companies. And so if there's a disruption and you're sole or single sourced, you're going to feel that quite acutely, versus if you're multi-sourced or have some other reasonable form of backup that you can get through this, right? And you see that right now with the extent of procurement firefighting is unbelievable, right? And people talk about the stress in the function. It's quite acute right now.
Absolutely. So Vale, you are the market expert. So as the supply chain chaos, is it kind of abated or is it sustaining? What's happening? Can you give us a sense of the market?
Yeah, absolutely, Shakti, and good day to everyone. So Shakti, here are my observations. How many hours do you have for me to answer this question, Shakti?
2 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes.
All right. 2 minutes then. So Shakti, so Shakti, with chaos being the new normal, I've got a set of observations which I've seen successful sourcing organizations and procurement organizations take care of the current state of supply chain chaos, and it's here to stay. One-line answer to your question, but let me talk about what successful organizations have been doing in this particular space, Shakti. One of the interesting things which I heard about is that there was this poll which was run on who are the superheroes of the current supply chain chaos. Let's call it management mitigation strategies, and number one on the poll was sourcing and procurement professionals, right? And I thought that was a very interesting fact, and I think it also pays a lot of tribute to the work which is being done by the audience here and every other unsung procurement professional. So the points which I've seen, and I'll keep it really short from here, Shakti, is that number one, right? I've seen a lot of conversational AI being used in managing the current supply chain chaos. Any organization which has adopted this has come out winning. That's number one. Number two is that I've seen a lot of trends on the reverse of globalization. So organizations who adapted their supply chain towards, I'm calling it deglobalization or reverse globalization of shorter value chains and supply chains, have done a fabulous job on actually managing the current state of supply chain chaos. Few other case studies which I've observed myself while working with hundreds of our clients is community baseline category management, right? So you've got category management strategies which are baseline to your internal data and external data. But those who have actually taken that extra effort to baseline it to what others are doing, the comparison would be market share for sales professionals. What are you doing in terms of baselining your category management strategy to your competitors? Do you have a spend baseline benchmark compared to your competitors? And how have you managed the amount of inventory which you hold? How many days of production losses have your suppliers faced? Being able to benchmark those parameters, I've seen those come out as clear winners. In simple terms, anybody who's got a digital twin of their supply chain in the current chaotic environment, where they're able to simulate probabilistic approaches, have been able to actually take care of the best they can as to where the market is.
Okay, that's a very